Okay. Well, when last we left our feckless heroes, I don't recall what we were doing, to be frank. Let's find out. We'll log in and check out the situation. Okay. Here we find ourselves back in familiar environments, whirling in rags. You know, each time I log into this game, I'm just amazed. I'm just, you know, it's just, I mean, just look, I mean, just the leaves on the glass windows in the front, you know, type of thing. The mosaic in the center. I mean, all of this, and it all not just, you know, perfectly computer generated, but no, like hand drawn and stuff, like the wear patterns coming in and out of the kitchen area and stuff like that. It's just a beautiful, beautiful game. You know, sort of a weird, you know, rundown post-apocalyptic kind of sense, but just a beautiful game. Anyway. So, what did we end up doing? We are at 9 in the morning the next day. So I think we're at a point where we can go and we can do confront Clausia with the Hardy story because we're already in the building. But then I was going to say we have a lead on some of that armor as well. We're supposed to call back, call the lady. Oh, and then he's back after dropping off the body, I guess, because we left him do that the night before. All right. So, pardon for the emergency sirens in the background. Let's go and talk to Clausia. Pick it up there. Come on. Let's go and talk to Clausia. All right. Anything else while we're looking in here? Same old, same old. Oh, wait. Yes, we looked at that once before, right? We saw there's a view at the back of the dead body or something that way. Ah, corpse is no longer there. It's nice to know. Then this had search for the peptide again. Electrochemistry. There it is, the orange sun-wearing blister pack. You feel almost nostalgic. Take it in secret? No, not planning on it. Just take in plain sight? Nope. I don't know exactly. No, close the cabinet. I guess it's there just until I take the drugs as an optional choice, but I'm not interested in taking the drugs right now, so let's just leave as it. No, just close the door. There we go. All right, let's go upstairs and talk to them then. Let's go upstairs and talk to the nice folks out on the balcony, which at this point I think is just the one lady. Anything in here that we can search for? No. Doesn't even show up as a... Let's see if I go over on this side if the books will show up. Nope. Okay, let's head on out. Okay. Apologies, guys. I am going to just take a really quick break and go grab a cup of tea. I'm just going to leave the game on for a second. I'll be right back. All right, back online. Thanks for your patience. One cup of herbal tea at the ready to soothe the somewhat dry throat. All right, so confront Claudia with, I don't know if confront's the right word, but let's go talk to Claudia.
It's always good to see you.
She has a nice voice. Something in her demeanor has changed. This is empathy speaking. She's tired, consigned to her fate, to being here with you and what's to come. Wow. That's kind of grim. The Hardy Boys told us what really happened. I understand. She puts her coffee mug on the table. You don't look surprised. You were expecting this. I knew there was a chance you'd get them to tell you. It's what you do. You're the police. She winces. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for wasting your time. This is good. Clear the air first between you two, then move on to questions. Volition. No, it's not good. It's the opposite of that. This will let her dictate the terms of your rhetoric. Shush, I can't hear what she's saying. Gotta love when the voices in my head argue with each other. If you knew we would find out eventually, why did you waste our time? Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. She looks at her feet. Out of the shit I've gotten into. That's not a good enough reason? It is a good enough reason. Cool, I'm satisfied with this explanation. I am not. There is more here, miss. You're right. There's more. More? You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral in turn. She reaches for a new cigarette. Reaction speed. Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again. You know, glancing over her shoulder to the sea, I'm wondering if that has something to do with the bullet hole through the... Hey, welcome to the stream. I'm wondering if that has something to do with the bullet hole in the window and the bullet in the back of her love's head. If that's the window right there that he was shot through, then over her shoulder is... Work with me here, people. Where the bullet came from. I wonder if she's worried she's going to get shot. That would be bad. Visual calculus. A grand expanse of water reaches over the bay and to the horizon. Gray and pale violet in the morning light. What lies beyond it? The pale. The Mundi Isola, the Occident, and then Orania, the old world. Is that why you're looking over your shoulder? You're afraid of the moral intern? She nods. You share a database with them. You send people to their courts. She lights the cigarette. Is this part of why Orania is a bad memory for you? She nods. I have people after me, and they have friends in the moral intern. Some are our moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me. They will. What happens if they do? They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the moral intern mill. There's a wince and a pained little smile. Well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me. Here we go. For once you seem to have her off guard. Logic. Actually, this murder did have a little to do with her. What happened here the night he died? We were there. She points to the window. The silhouette of the bed is visible. Together. In bed, I mean. Tell me exactly what happened. Okay. She takes a deep breath. He was in a kneeling position. He had just... fuck me. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass. I turned back to him. She breathes out. A moment's silence. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open. Dumb. I could see. I could... Composure. Her chest rises and falls with each word. She keeps herself together and says it. I knew he was dead before he fell down on top of me. Yeah. There's a whole bunch of stuff tangled up in this particular scene, isn't there? Then what happened? He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There, she points to the window. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs. There's a long pause. She just stands there, her arms at her sides. Then she continues, I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came. Perception. She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt is burned right down to her fingernails. Your cigarette, miss. Oh, she looks at it, quickly tosses the butt aside. I'm sorry this happened to you. So am I. She immediately proceeds to light another one. What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible. 11:30 to 12:15? I don't know the exact time. Around midnight. That's okay. He makes a note. Were you inebriated? Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things. I was drinking. Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off, much more than usual. Titus said you looked pretty high. Oh, yeah, she tilts her head. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head. Good thinking. Clear your head. You should clear your head. Get into his mindset. Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this? No. What did you do then? Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room, downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot, just a little. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore, so I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there. Hold on a second here, guys. Empathy. Run, woman. Run past them and out into the street where it's dark and people move, to the lorries at the intersection as far as you can. Why didn't you run away from here? As a matter of fact, why are you here now? I already ran. I ran from an entire Isola. I can't run any further. Not with these people. This is as far as it gets. What did you do to have these people after you? It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Revachol, or even in Orania. What exactly did you do? Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again. With a bigger company, the kind you really, really don't fuck with. I took their ledgers. 2 decades worth of accounting. Kim taps on his notebook. I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you. The job was Loosduin County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Looscap conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company. You wouldn't know them. But she really destroyed them. She still feels it. As for who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too, along with Looscap and their friends in the MI. She breathes out heavily. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive. That's a lot of shit you've gotten yourself into. It is. Many people lost their jobs, not just C-suite. Ordinary people. What I did to get to accounting, she shakes her head at the thought. A lot of people got hurt, she concludes, but that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder. That can wait. Look into her eyes. There's more. Hey, El Grande. Yeah, when a company goes under, if that's what happened here, a lot of people probably did. Empathy wants to know what's more. It's not it's not part of the case. What do we... Well, it sort of is part of the case, because if they're after her and that's the killer, we'll go with that. All right, what did you do? She looks down and into your eyes. One of them killed themselves because of me. She says it quickly, like she said it 100 times to herself to get used to the idea. Empathy. Out of guilt. Okay. So, one of them killed themselves. That's Okay, that's not easy to deal with. How do you deal with anything? It's all just... She looks at you with pleading eyes. How do you do it? By not remembering a single goddamn thing. Well, that's about the right thing. That would do the trick, yes. She has almost devoured the cigarette she lit. Hey, James. She looks at it sadly. Shivers. The creepy guy. Around her, a drop in atmospheric pressure. Not long from now, it will get dark, and the air will start moving faster, circling the box she stands on. And thank you for the host. Inland Empire. Oh, hate this guy. She's already imprisoned here for what happened, and she is prepared to never leave, even after his death. Well, could the people after you have killed him? That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break. And I thought they'd found me. They'd killed him to punish me. All last week I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with anyone. She looks at her cigarette, so they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me. But maybe it did. I just don't know, she shakes her head. I don't know anything. We can't go after Loosecap. Not yet. There are other saner leads. Clausia, I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from there. Why did you call the cops if you're hiding? Because I'm an idiot. The answer comes fast. Reaction speed, which is an indicator of truth. Idiot. She's nothing of the sort. So... I don't think so. Why did you do it? You have to understand. The people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting. And then they picked his clothes off, and that little fucker threw stones at him. Yeah, see? Even she agrees that Kuno's a little fucker. He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud. Thud. She shakes her head. So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Revachol. Drama. She definitely called the cops. That was task complete. It could not hath been a lie. That is impossible. Volition. Oh God, that was a lie too. Who made the call then? She did, of course. When it happened, did you hear a gunshot? When he was shot, she thinks. I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding. The gunshot wasn't that loud. This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot. And what happened after you ran downstairs? Sylvie. Sylvie was tending the bar. She looks down. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the Union box was full. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. She pauses. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong. Ruby? Before we continue, who's Ruby? Ruby, you know, the leader. Oh shit. The leader of what? Kim says. The Hardy Boys, she says, as if it's self-evident. I thought Hardy was the leader of the Hardy Boys. Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer. Okay, whole new twist to that. Okay, let's go on. What then? Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, that I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower to keep him upright. To mislead you. They were tampering with the body. To produce lividity matching a hanging? Yes. That's pretty smart. We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time. What was this? 20 minutes after death? Excuse me. About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what it does. She looks at the ground, then raises her light brown eyes to meet yours. Then what did you do? Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lily in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on, his armor too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do, make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would. What did you do while they were hanging him? Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while, that we should lay low or something, so I did. This Ruby, where is this Ruby now? I don't know. I haven't seen her since. We'll need to take this question to the Hardy Boys. Logic. Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble to hide something someone else did? Look into this later. What are you doing? Coming up with a theory? She said Ruby knew something was wrong before she said anything. How come? It was loud downstairs. She couldn't have heard the shot. It is ominous. You already coming up with theories that put the blame on someone other than Claudia. Did you kill Lily? What? She gathers the last vestiges of her strength. Why would I put myself through this? Insanity. Keep myself cornered like this. There's a silence. The wind picks up. He wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know that, but I would never hurt him. All kinds of crazy things happen when drugs are involved. Sweet, sweet drugs. He was a serviceman. He must have had a gun lying around, close to her hand. A military weapon using jacketed ammunition? Now you guys suddenly have theories pouring out, when they're obviously just stabs in the dark. Downstairs people have this crazy idea that you killed him. I'm sad to hear that. They must have said it in some fit of frustration or under pressure. They couldn't have meant it. I talked to them after it happened. No one has implicated me. It's okay if you did it in self-defense? What? What? It's okay if you did it in self-defense? I did not kill him to defend myself from rape, she says. I told you before. That wasn't what happened. He must have had a weapon nearby. Did you use that? No, I specifically asked him not to carry firearms when he was with me. He only had his stupid armor. The bullet in his head. It was jacketed. Military grade. Who else here has a military rifle? I don't know. His friends have rifles. Maybe those psychos did it. Coalition military have rifles. I'm not a munitions expert. And I did not shoot him. She might have been a tad disingenuous when she avoided talking about the bullet in his head before... Look who's waking up from 1,000 years of sleep. You lied to me about this bullet before. When I said he was shot, you said you're confused. I've said I'm sorry. What more do you want me to say? I did my best not to lie. Didn't always work. Oof, duh. This is drama to the max here. Drugs were an integral part of your relationship. Perhaps they contributed to its end? What does that mean? Do drugs make you aggressive? No, she shakes her head. People don't take drugs to kill each other. They take them to feel okay with each other. I thought you Revachol people would be more enlightened on this. I'm sorry, officer. I'm under some stress here. Oof, 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 oof. Okay, I'd like you to answer some other questions, miss. Like what? She waits, her light brown eyes wandering over the floor, over your face. When was the window changed? Last week. Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs, took care of it. She takes a drag. Visual calculus. You should have another look at the window after this. Reconstruct the scene. It's right there. In her bedroom? Inside? Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye. I think we're done here for now. She nods silently. She doesn't even smoke, just picks up the cold coffee and holds it in her hand. The lieutenant glances at you, then at the door. Ah, he's thinking. Are we done here? Alicia. Or should we arrest her? She's a flight risk, and she lied to you. She should be taken into custody. No, that won't be necessary. Just leave her alone. She's been through enough. She doesn't need this police brutality. This guy won't budge. You have to wake Multi-Face up forcefully if you want to continue pushing her. Who's Multi-Face? Drama. Well, 72%. Let's give it a try. Ah, shit. Okay, fine. But we are awake, sire. She has been forthcoming with sordid details women usually conceal. Most shocking details of the sexual kind. We are a bulwark, unbreached. You've been breached, bulwark. You've been breached like 1,000 times now. So you say, but give us one example of deceit. Just one example. What? Just a proposition. Could the lurid explicitness? Interesting. Just a proposition. Could the lurid explicitness conceal something less sensational but more illegal? Who is this personhood picking these seditious options? Can't you see the detective grows weary of your malcontent? Stop staring at her eyes and say something pertinent to the case. This is making you look like an amateur. It looks like this one's not waking up. You'll have to do it without pushing her further. At least for now. Okay, let's return to this later. Well, that was medium weird. We got some stuff done, and who the heck is Ruby? Ruby Tuesday. We have a point. We could point something up. Wait until that's actually useful. Okay. Save, please. Save game. Yes, I'm going to overwrite that and have a cookie. Okay, so anything else to look at up here? Nope, 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 nope. I could go in this door now that I know it's unbarred. Is that faster to go downstairs? One step versus two? No. I don't believe you mentioned that lately. That's the window. This window is pristine on the inside, like the one next to it. Unlike the one next to it, light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo. You've heard what happened. Do a check on it. What happened here? You've heard what happened. This window was recently replaced. Looks like it, yes. Oh, and then... Okay, visual calculus check. If I'd broken that one, I would have been complete. Ooh, look at that. That is a cool picture. The golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it are two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on the single bed. Kind of, oh, geez. Yes, definitely. Bodies. What position are they in? I think we actually heard that, didn't we? Like the witness said, the man is kneeling, the woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th, and a shot has just been fired. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth, a ray cast from somewhere outside entering his brain. Hold on a second. Didn't that gunshot go in through his mouth? Then how can he be looking at her if she's on the bed if the gunshot went in his mouth? Hold on a second. Hey, DJ. Thank you very much for the hosting. Determine where the shot came from. Visual calculus. From the roof outside, location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inward like a corona behind the woman's back. Inspect the ghostly figures. The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster than the realization. Have a look at point A, the roof. The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions. All on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is composite location A, prime, most likely of the origin points. Shouldn't there be gun residue outside? There could have been. Then the rain and slush and wind washed it away. This was more than a week ago. So I'm what, 80% sure the roof is where the shot was made from? 72%. With an antique weapon that fires military-grade ammunition, a Bell Magrave rifle, for example. This is a good short distance, but not too short. The perpetrator aimed with their back against the railing or possibly kneeling for precision. This would explain why it only took them one shot. The lights were on in here. Outside, it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium, a well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside in the darkness, too busy with their own bodies. Could the shot have come from inside the room? A closer point? Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. These figures would be wiped out, detective. Are there any arguments against A prime, the roof? None that you've found thus far, but that doesn't mean there aren't any. Could there have been another point of origin, further away? That's a 28%, yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point of origin in Martinez? Extrapolate the radius to include all of Martinez? According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime. More precisely, B for boardwalk, B for Land's End, and B for the islet, detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on. I have a look at point B, the boardwalk. 700 meters away, the likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction into account. Take a look at point B, Land's End. 1.2 kilometers away. The least likely of these positions, let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it, possibly from a tent? No, too far-fetched. Have a look at point B, the islet. 1 kilometer away, a point beyond the docks, on an islet in the bay. The fort is ruined, but the perpetrator may have found a stable spot on the beaches surrounding it where the concrete crumbles into the sea, as you saw in the coin-operated viewer. The shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10 and 33A. The angle would have been extreme and access to the islets is questionable. Kim, do you think the shot could have come from further than a roof? In Martinez somewhere? From where precisely? Let's say B prime, the boardwalk. B double prime? B triple prime? I see you've given this a lot of thought, he remarks, raising an eyebrow. Are those the locations you've singled out in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a further distance? Much less from the roof? Okay, well, we should see if there's gunshot residue or sniper nest if we go down the coast. Rule those spots out, one by one. It would be the diligent thing to do. Until then, personally, I'm going with the roof version. It fits the hidden path through the whirling. A simple hypothesis. Okay, blink. Well, that was a lot of arcane reading, to be frank. I'm going to actually save at that point. A lot of this is relatively dry. I'm not sure that there's a Not sure it's actually that fascinating. How do I get down the stairs? There we go. Excuse me a second. Throat's a bit dry. Alrighty. So we can go out and investigatory some stuff. What are we going to investigate? You know, the only thing I was thinking about the boardwalk for bullet traces, there's that dead guy out on the boardwalk. And maybe, I don't know, maybe he stumbled across somebody taking a pot shot and was waxed for the, for his efforts. Well, I have to give that a thought. All right, let's get out here and go downstairs. Alright. Talk to our good buddy Gart. Always like talking to Gart.
Was there something you needed?
He only just wants to talk about money. This guy, those guys. Whoa, wait on a second. Let's talk to these guys for a second.
Again, I can't believe.
Okay, fine. Never mind. I don't know why I bother talking to you guys unless I get a specific prompt to do that. Okay. Let's see. Let's talk to this dude.
It's you again. What is it?
Okay, I talked to Glacia. Now I need to talk to Ruby. Why? He leans back and regards you with curiosity. I need... Because she's your real leader. You're cuckoo, cop. His smile hides a flash of anger. I'm the only man responsible for this unit. Get with it or fuck off. Okay. I suspect she killed the victim. That's why. Sounds like you want to push this steaming pile of shit on anyone, and now you picked Ruby. Well, not on my watch, you won't. Ruby's one of us. We're not going to throw her into your moral intern steamroller. Fuck that shit. And fuck you too, moral... Moral what? Moral fag? He throws a glance at Titus as the last syllable leaves his lips. The big guy sighs. Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys. That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. He crosses his arms. I don't want to be rude, but we're trying to get some R&R here. Think you could fuck off now? I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking. Ooh, look at that. We got all kinds of logic checks. Present a solid theory about why Ruby could have done it. 72%? I've failed these before. Let's give it a try. Aha! Ooh! Got it. Logic. Impossible success. A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex. The hostel cafeteria is lit by its eerie blaze. Floor plans, bullet trajectories, webs of human emotion, all channeled into a single thought. Why are you so sure Ruby didn't off him? Because she was here all night, with us. He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away. It's Cop 101. She was here all night? The lieutenant ignores the tattooed man. 11:30 to 12:25, she was here during all that time? Yeah, she was with us, drinking, near the stage there. He points to the karaoke stage. She didn't go to the toilet? No. In the whole 45-minute window, she was with you all the time? All right, she took a fucking leak, okay, for one moment. Maybe went out too. She has a complex operation to run from her lorry. He points to the intersection. She's a busy girl, always has been. From her lorry. She could have taken the shot from there. This complex operation is probably something illegal. Just because she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot the merc. He taps on his temple. I've been through this. It's not plausible. All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window. This was crucial. Now, let's place her on the roof. You do agree the shot came from the roof, right? Why not? You can't draw a straight line into Claudia's window from any of the surrounding buildings. Not from what I know about Martinez. Maybe from the coast, but like I said, I've been too busy dealing with you idiots. So no. Shakes his head. I don't think it was a sniper. It was close up. There's 72% chance that the bullet came from the roof. 72%. He picks up his beer. There's a percentage and all. Where'd you get it from? Your guys in the lab? Yeah, I analyzed it on the spot. Turns out I can do that. No, you can't. I know what you did here on the weekend. People talk, and what they say doesn't sound like a science cop. You're a madman. Those numbers weren't ass pull, man. Yeah, and they don't put her on the roof either. It's just mambo jambo. Mumbo jumbo. What? How do you misspell that? He hasn't got shit. There is a secret route in the kitchen that leads straight to the roof. How? He looks sincerely curious. Through what looks like an abandoned pinball workshop. People say there was a pinball arcade here sometime before the hostel. What was it called, Theo? East Delta Pinball Arcade, the old man coughs. Weird place. Went bankrupt. Okay, but... The man looks around. How'd she get up? There's no room for a staircase in this building, or an elevator for that matter. The elevator is outside the building. It's an old dumbwaiter used for moving pinball machines. Sorry about that. I just read it and it's just like it doesn't read right. It's an old dumbwaiter moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop. Good one, Kim. Thank you. The lieutenant is glad he got the floor plan right there. From there, a door leads straight to the roof. You can just step outside. Ruby could have gone up, shot him, come down, all under 7 minutes. That's quite the theory, he turns to Eugene. We need to have a look at that secret passage, boys. I'm on it, boss. Right when the law clears, me and Angus are going up there. It's a dumbwaiter, not an industrial lift. How about I go instead of... Shush now, he turns to you. You got something else to back this route up, or is that it? Have we firmly established that Ruby could have had access to the roof where the man was shot? Firmly? Shakes his head. Firmly doesn't go well with could have. There's a route to the roof. Me and the boys need to check it out. That's what we've established. But a route, he forms a gun with his hand, does not put that bullet in his head. A gun does that. And Ruby doesn't carry one. Phase 2, murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt in the shape of a gun. Just don't contradict yourself. If it doesn't sound like Ruby did it, maybe keep it to yourself. I have analyzed the bullet that killed him. It was jacketed. So, the man shrugs and looks at you. So it had to come from a breech-loading rifle, military grade. He turns to you. Not even you militia monkeys have those. He doesn't wait for a response. This goes against your short-range theory. If the murder weapon was military grade, how did Ruby get it? Well, just because it's rare doesn't mean you can't get it. Cop, that's exactly what it means. That wasn't strong. Guys, this is Revachol. Anyone could get a gun around here. Anyone. Look, fucko. Glenn steps forward. Ruby and I are pretty tight. She would have showed me the gun if she had one. She knows I love guns. Yeah, everyone knows Glenn loves guns. I don't know, Glenny. Ratface leans across the desk. Ruby's a little secretive, isn't she? Wasn't like she told you every little thing. Claudia said Ruby takes care of things. You don't do that without a gun in Revachol. She organizes things. She doesn't whack people. That's not the kind of person she is. She's a talker. It's clear this one is protective of her. Easy now, Glenn. He turns to you. What he's trying to say is, people who don't have guns don't shoot people. That's a truism. You need a gun for that, and you can't prove she has one. You don't need to prove anything. Doubt is enough for now, and Titus must have some. I didn't say I'd prove she had the murder weapon, just that we need to find her. All right, cop. He nods. Keep talking. I'll tell you when I've had enough. T, we're not seriously considering it, are we? He almost gets up from his seat. Ruby wouldn't do this. Why would she do something like this? Phase 3. Motive. The last component. It's not why did she kill him, it's why did she organize the cover-up. And I suppose you have a theory on that? She could have just been covering up for herself, Titus. Think about it. Sorry, Kim is not nearly that engaged. Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea, wasn't it? The hanging? You went along, but she suggested it. Shanky. Little man squints. Eyes beady. She had like a fully formed plan and shit. Right when she came back downstairs. Really, Shanks? Classy had wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there. I could have come up with that plan if I'd been first. Time for a logics demonstration. Titus, let's assume you killed him. You're on thin ice here, asshole. He points at you. It's a thought exercise, Titus, he explains. Think. You kill him. Get up there. Shoot him. Get down. Would you prefer to go on trial with your men as part of a lynch mob or alone for cold-blooded murder? Alone. I don't drag my men into shit with me. If she used us, then it's a serious violation of the Hardy Code, boss. But she didn't. She would never do that. Blonde man looks around. Why aren't more of you defending her? This is fucking stupid, Titus. Glenn, Titus looks grim. I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit. Ooh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town. This is good. Hey, Titus, you have to see it. Things don't add up. We need to talk to her. Silence. He looks around the room. The old man in the corner nods. A very small nod and a trickle of tobacco spit on his lip. Yeah, I see it. He puts his beer down. There's one more thing I've been wondering about ever since you asked me where she is. Add it to your list of suspicions if you want. I don't know. He smiles a peculiar smile. I don't know where she went. She just up and left. Got real scared, too. Wouldn't tell me where. However hard I asked. Want to know why? Why? She was afraid I would tell you. She looks you straight in the eye. Maybe she was right. By now I probably would. She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior. Why fleeing is always incriminatory. Oh, 70 points. Perhaps. He looks out the window again. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that. When did she leave? Friday afternoon, when you first arrived. I got word the RCM was in town, and she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had our little conversation. And what was she scared of? I told you. You. Me? As in the RCM? No, you. As in the cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes. Don't forget the funny tie, too. How can I forget? He nods at your tie. You know, when I first saw you limp in here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply, but he measures you up. Now I'm not so sure. What else did Ruby tell you about me? She said you have a funny taste in clothes, he scoffs, and that you won't stop. Won't stop? Until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock, that you're a human can opener, that you play suspects against each other, open them up like cans. And then when they're all empty, just move on onto the next can. Don't look back unless there was something you missed. Fucking hell. Tattooed man shakes his head. Titus, did he just open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. He nods. Now, we can whine about it, whack him, or we can go on with our lives. I'm having to go on with our lives kind of day, Al. How about you? Silence. He nods. Is that true, Kim? Am I a can opener? You are insistent. He nods. Anything else? Anything? Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This cop, Titus, this cop, But she was too scared. Everard has a file on you, but that's bogus. What she knows came from somewhere else, from Jamrock. It must be real stuff. Do you have any clue on where Ruby went? She's not far. We know that much. She didn't take her lorry, so she's on foot. Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like the back of her hand. You'll never find her. Yeah, Al. He gives a sharp look. And we won't either. She's not really a... Hand stares into his beer. Hardy candidate anymore, is she? She's not, Glenn. Have you looked for her? A little. On the coast. Where have you looked for her, more precisely? More precisely, on the coast, dumbass. Past the waterlock. He nods southwest. She's not here, so I'm thinking she's there. Can you tell me where on the coast I should start looking? Sure, there are some shit houses there. Cinder block town. Fisher folk there refuse to unionize, so that's one place we haven't looked. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash. Time for you to step up. We will start there. Lieutenant takes a quick note. One more question. What does Ruby look like? Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a lorry man. It's not much, but it'll do. It'll have to. He puts his hand out. Shake it. His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite. Not just granite. Tightly packed RCM sergeant material. Just think it. No, he already is a sergeant. That's what you're feeling. He just wasn't sure what you are. Oof, that is a long sequence of stuff. Saving game. So, how much disaster do you think I can get into with this? I can go search in the village again. What else can I do? I still want to get that other piece of armor, and I don't know where that guy went. So he went to his place. Where's his place? With the people with the exobiologists. Oh, I'm sorry. Xenobiologists? No. Another name. Cryptozoologists. That's the word I was looking for. Ask about Ruby in the village. Determine where the shot came from. Oh, confront the pigs. Get my gun back. Near the old fish market at 2200. Well, if I head down that way, do the fishing town, and then head on to the fishing village, yeah, that'll work. That'll work. In the meantime, talk to the lady on the radio. So you guys like the voices so far? Are they distinct enough you can tell them apart, or should I start prefacing them with, Kim said this and Elaine said that? Or are you guys just letting this run in the background while you're all busy playing Minecraft? Ooh, 2 questions. Shivers. All around you, rain falls on the great city of Revachol. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away. The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting. What am I doing? Thanks, El Grande. Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hat. What do I see? Gray sky like great battleships. Clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world. How does it feel? Your shirt sticks to your chest. The shoulders of your jacket grow heavy. The cold finds its way into your skin. You shiver, and the city shivers with you. Composure. You're not dressed for this weather. You should get an overcoat or a patrol cloak. Head spinning. Everything okay? What is in the west? Sheets of rain over the water. A flight of stairs leading into the ocean. Wave after wave washing the coast of Martinez with its motorboats and gently swaying reeds. Okay. Hope everything's okay, James. The ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet. Beyond the Bay of Revachol, ghosts rise into the sky. Who are you, ghosts? The skyscrapers of La Delta, the financial district. Faint golden light seeps from the office windows. Will you ever go there? Will I? No, you are just one of the hundreds of thousands who watch them rise across the bay from Martinez every day. What is down the shore? Urban coastline, rain dripping off eternite-covered roofs. Cinder blocks left over from half-finished construction. A defunct research and development building once seized by revolutionaries. An old wooden church stands on stilts above the water. And beyond that, Coal City, end of all lines. Run your fingers through your dampened hair. Your hair's an oily mess flecked with ash from neighboring coal plants. Smokestacks rise somewhere in the distance. And what's in the east? There's a frit on the corner. A plastic coat is folded into a small triangle under the counter by the window. Beyond that, the strikebreakers have gathered. Oof, dude. Didn't know you've been having migraines for so long, but probably why we haven't seen you in Minecraft. Not that some of us have been playing either, come to think of it. And certainly hear you on the meds. I hope everything goes well this weekend. The great gates of the industrial harbor are locked. Oh, jeez, dude. You're just stacking them in there, aren't you? My dad had hernia surgery. I remember that. Had some of that mesh implant, and tighten it up. It was just on one side though. Did I hear you had it two sides? You shudder like an animal trying to shake water from its hide. Clench your teeth to stop shuddering. Behind the gates, heaps of supply crates. Red and blue metal shipping containers slick with rain. The greater Revachol Industrial Harbor is an artificial mountain range. Immense wealth resides within, and immeasurable poverty in its shadow. Double direct. Oh my goodness gracious. Sorry, man, and best wishes. On the plus side, hey, if you're laid up in bed and everything is sewn up down there, better pull over a nightstand table and get on a laptop, right? Tell us all about it. I mean, tell us how it... Never mind. Skip that thought. Just skip that thought. And beyond that, La Drizienne, King Drizz's passenger harbor. Cruise ships flanked by dock arms. Cranes watching over the mouth of the river Distributary. No picture needed there. I've got some videotape of the exploratory surgery on my knee. I had a ACL thing. Maybe I'll upload it one of these days. But it's, seeing the camera going around the inside of my knee, even after the fact. Let's just say I only watched it once, like 12 years ago. What is across the Distributary? Courant, the lower middle class. Distributary after distributary cuts the city blocks in half. 7-story buildings trail off into the rain. And what is beyond the Courant? A silvery curtain of rain over the houses. The class divide. You have never been there. They don't need the law east of the river. What's in the north? Hey, wasn't that where the Pale is? Capeside apartments. Tower blocks crowd one another. 4.46 millimeter bullets still lodged in a war-torn stone walls. Hallways collapse from the mortar hits of a war that was lost long ago. Clotheslines go to waste in the rain. Radios play. The morning news. And closer to here, a yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. The lingering odor of decomposition mixes with that of damp soil. What's in the south? A traffic jam. Rain thrumming on the roofs of motor vehicles. Inside, drivers watch water streaming down their windshields. The statue of a king shudders. He, too, is cold. The canal bridge has been raised. And on the other side, the road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto. Beneath its concrete columns, a sea of rooftops. Woodwork and tar stretches northward. 4-story buildings as far as the rain can fall. The snows melt in Jam Rock. Why am I not there? To be in Martinez, where no one goes. At the runoff point of a long-forgotten canal, in the whitest part of town, in the shadow of the day the revolution failed. What am I doing here? Standing in the rain, looking north, where Jam Rock City stretches inland. Shudder, look further. In the rain-swept distance above the rooftops of Jam Rock, a repurposed silk mill stands perched above the motorway exit. Precinct 41 hunches in the rain. Your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. The rain stings your eyes, making you look up and blink. What's above? coalition aerostatics hang like apparitions under the cloud cover. Way up there, where rain forms, rotors flutter silently. Your sight clears. Motherfucker. This rain will not let up anytime soon. I'd recommend you put on your coat. Really? All that was introspection? Volition. What do you mean, wait, what? I read the whole thing. Sheesh. Or did you mean the live stream? Oh, you better talk to James about that. You think you have a pretty hot suspect right now, don't you? That Ruby of yours? Yeah, and? Notice how it came together without casting too much suspicion on Klasia? It was nice and Ruby-centric in the end. What do you mean? Well, the bullet didn't have to come from the roof. It could come from... Wait a second. The footprints, well... Anything strike you a bit off about this mismatch? Well... The footprints in the pinball workshop didn't fit with the odd soul's prints on the crime scene. No, they didn't. Huh. The bullet was jacketed? Those don't just lie around everywhere, do they? Good point. It's rather rare these days, but do continue. Well, it turns out the bullet was antique. True. Strange how you conducted the whole advanced ballistics analysis and then hand waved it. Well, the bullet didn't have to come from the roof. It could come from anywhere on the coast. I haven't even seen that episode yet. So, absolutely, it could have come from anywhere. But you're suddenly so certain it came from the roof behind the window. So far, no one has mentioned hearing the shot. Notice how that hasn't come up at all? Even the Hardy and his boys didn't mention it. Neither did you. I'm done thinking about this. That's right. Finish thought. Just finish it and conveniently go on. She's watching you leave right now. You know that? Free as a bird on that roof, lighting up a cigarette and thinking, am I glad Ruby's in this shit and not me? Don't listen to this guy. The theory was solid. He's just jealous. Move on. It's no use harassing her further. Holy crap. Barely got outside the door before I got both of those things. Well, might be up for that. But I will actually try to watch at least an episode or two. Been a little preoccupied. So I could upgrade stuff. Nope. Nope. Oh. I know what I could do. No, I'm not going to do that right now. Let's go, yeah, that's right. Let's go call the armor lady. Let's call the lady about the armor. Call the lady about some armor. Capri Kanema. Gotta love that car. Let's see. Pick up the radio again. This is Precinct 57. The operator greets you through static. How may I assist you? Did you find out more about the owner of the armored boots? Yes, I got the mercenary's name and a few biographical details. Are you ready? Lieutenant leans in to listen, notebook in hand. Shoot! That suit of armor was issued to an Orangey citizen named Ellis Courtenaire. Courtenaire. That's Ellis Kortenaer. Exact date of birth unknown. He was signed into the Lelystad County Neonatal Care Unit on 28th of February, 09. Neonatal Care Unit. He was found as a newborn in a leaf compactor near an abandoned farm. He spent 4 months in the neonatal unit, survived, apparently, and was assigned to a foster family at 2. This is what the ICP knows about him. He was raised by foster parents, entered the IJsbrand Military Academy in Vredefort at 17, then served in the Iranese forces till he was honorably discharged in 41, just a year before the Seminese conflict. Then the armor followed him to Seminine, or at least I assume it did, and that's it. There are no records of his employment in Crenel, or any of its other incarnations, or him even entering Revachol. Wait, he was found in a leaf compactor? It's a garden tool used to press leaves into these cubes. It's a detail the hospital had, the only detail in these files, so I thought it would be good for you to know. Yeah, spare parts would be bad. Of course, you know, as long as they are down there, they could install a... Yeah, never mind. Later. Any information on his foster parents? None, officer, sorry. So his name wasn't his because he was fostered? Ah, yes, what Claudia said. Very good. That makes sense to me. He takes a quick note. So all we have to connect him to Crenel is the armor. Even that is a small miracle. These organizations usually double-check their inventory. He leans closer and shouts, "Thank you, Alice. Great work." "No problem, Lieutenant." She sounds pleased. "Well, we have his name and service record now. Move on." A name. This is very good. Ellis Courtenaire, he says to himself. Sometimes police work is about human dignity, about giving back names to anonymous victims. I'm glad the inquiry was helpful to your investigation, officer. Did you have any other questions? Done with the radio for now. Oh, I could talk to Sylvie, couldn't I? About Ruby. No. I'm done with the radio for now. 57th, over and out. Her voice disappears into void. Alrighty. Alright. Save action going on there. Okay, let's go. Who's this dude? Oh, that's... Wait, who is that guy?
Officer, care to play? Actually, never mind.
Where?
It wouldn't be the same.
Where's Renee? The prick is gone, he replies, trying to smile. I can barely believe it, but he's really gone. Gone? Gone where? Gaston sighs and mumbles more to himself than you. Hell, most likely. He was an absolute cunt. How did he die exactly? His angry little heart finally gave out. He sighs. The dock workers found him in the guard booth this morning. Wasn't even supposed to be working for another week, but he just had to prove how tough he is. Did he feel like he has to prove he can still pull his weight? Doesn't need handouts? Guess he was about to head home, because when the dock workers found him, he was wearing civilian clothes and not the cockatoo uniform I saw him in all the time. Sometimes I thought he was wearing it just to piss me off. Gaston smiles a sad smile. Now the joke's on him, because he's going to be buried without it. Do you think our conversation about his job pushed him to go out there? No, he replies quickly. Rene was the most stubborn man in Revachol. Nothing you or I could say would ever push him to do anything. The man was completely immovable. He has doubts, but right now he just wants to move on and not think about it. Was he really that bad? I repeat, an absolute cunt. He turns to look at the crater. Even his old army buddies didn't want him around. It was like an old viper. The only people who could stand to be around him were Jeannie and me. He pauses. She saw something in him when we were just kids, and his voice trembles, and she never lost sight of it. And I thought if the most beautiful being in the world can love him, then there must be something worth holding on to. Did you love him? Or do you know what happened to his medals? He looks at you for a moment, then speaks quietly. I took them for myself. Took them to remember that old cunt. No one knows him better than I did, and I want to remember that old cunt by something. Strange how old cunt sounds almost gentle when he says it now. Did you love him? We've hated each other our entire lives. So much, in fact, that... He falls silent and looks at you, eyes filling up with tears. Yes, I love that angry prick. He didn't deserve it, but I did. He wipes his eyes with his sleeve. You know what his last words to me were? Something forgettable, like see you tomorrow? In Guillaume's time, you'd have been shot without a trial. That's what he said to me. The old man gathers himself and wipes his eyes again. He lived a cunt, and he died a cunt. Let's leave it at that. Here, something to remember your friends by. Give him the photograph of Renee and the girl. Let me see. Gaston takes the photo, hands trembling. This was 60 years ago. We all went to that parade. Young Renee looks so happy. And Jeannie, eyes blurry with tears, he has to stop. I'm sorry, officer. He dries his eyes. Thank you. Thank you for this little memorabilia. It really means the world to me. That was nice, Lieutenant smiles. A small thing for us, but invaluable to him. He probably didn't even know Renee had the photo. I offer my sincere condolences. Yes, the Lieutenant nods. We are both very sorry for your loss. It is what it is. Part of life, really, he mumbles, only half listening to you. But to know someone for 79 years, then one day they're just gone. I just don't know anymore. About anything, really. He slowly shakes his head, then remembers your presence. But you must need something? Too bad Renee's gone. I was hoping to ask him about May bells. The old man stares at the flower, then sighs and says, Renee wasn't really what you'd call a botanist, officer. And believe me, he didn't like Insulindian lilies. Wait, Insulindian lilies? Mm-hmm, he replies with a slight nod. That's their old name, dating back to the time of kings and crests and all that other stuff he loved so much. Why didn't he like them? There were many reasons, but mostly it was the communards. They called him the Bells of Revolution. Sad smile passes his face. I guess in the end, the Insulindian lilies were just another piece of the old Insulindi. The royalists had to surrender to the Mazovian insurgents. It doesn't really matter anymore. I want to go over a few more things about Renee, if that's okay. Yes, he looks up. What about Renee? Old people die, you better get ready too? Oh, for frack's sake, no. We are both very sorry for your loss. Okay. And bye for now. Okay. Jeez. Lots of stuff going on. Well, I must be cranking through some of these parts of this game. Okay, so what do we got? We got go down the coast of the fishing village, ask about Ruby. And it's 11 o'clock in the day, so we're not really going to make much progress unless I, like, read a book or something. Joyce's info on the lynching. Well, let me zip over there and talk to Joyce before we head off down to the coast, because it's... maybe we have a little bit more info to prime her with. Hey, hold on a second. The boat's gone. I'll be damned. Wait to the village on the coast, officer. See you there, Joyce, says the note on the post. Wow. Oh, the game is a little bit... I haven't got much progress on the counter space that I was planning on putting in here. Got some ideas. Just kind of been a little preoccupied this week on doing job searching and interviewing and that kind of stuff. But it's getting closer, so at some point here in the semi-near term, hopefully perhaps by this weekend, because I'm probably not going to do a lot of job searching over the weekend. And I don't think we have a hockey game. Then I should be able to kind of knock out some space here and get it get a little bit more reputable looking. Get some of the stuff shifted out of here. Got a couple printers, some other stuff to get moved. Yeah, some of it's just a matter of, I have toyed with the idea of just like shifting everything in this space out into the garage area and then just moving back in the stuff that I need. But, well, I don't know. It's like most house projects, right? You got to like move a bunch of stuff in order to get to the stuff that you're going to do the project with. So, let's talk to this nice lady with a sword.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon.
2 garages.
Feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer?
Well, I thought I was going to ask somebody about the Ruby lady. I guess not her. Let's talk to the old washer lady. She knows everything. Well, I have a garage, but it's a double garage. I should say a 2-car garage.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around the coast? Seems a bit eponymous. Hey, I haven't seen anyone lately. But do you know who I'm talking about? This is my little cinder block town. She nods with a wrinkled smile. I know what goes on around here. She's being evasive. She knows something. Well, there would be a lot of space except, well, of all the stuff that's already occupying that, like, you know, the box that holds the plastic Christmas tree and the ornaments, and I got some workbench space on the other side, and so it's actually down to like a 1-car garage because the 2 sides of it have boxes and things like that. And plus, you know, it's an SUV. It's really not a 2 SUV garage. It's like an SUV plus whatever. I did clean it out. I mean, I organized the garage. That's what I meant. But then if I move all this space, this stuff that's in here out in the garage, then I'm going to have to, right. That was the cleaning out part. I didn't clean it out like get rid of the stuff. I cleaned it up as in stored things neatly and boxed them in the right areas, that kind of stuff. No worries. Yeah. I'll take a couple pictures and post them. You guys are curious, open the garage door and take a picture. But be gentle because, you know, it's just a mess. Kim Kitsuragi, there was a murder in Martin Hayes. He points east. She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help. Would you now? I could take the cam. Yeah. That's a good point. I could take the cam and then just point it. She turns to him. I know how this world works, and it doesn't work when people tell on each other. This is like when that man locked himself in the woodjet. We just need to help her come out. No, it's not like that, man. With him, we called you. Right now, you just arrived by yourself, like a raven, plucking at the window glass. I see. You know something, but you've decided not to tell us. There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now, was there something else? I see, ma'am. The lieutenant turns to you. I hope you don't mind if we look around anyway. You should look around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out to others, too. Okay, I'm off. This shack. I should put on that flashlight thing so I can see stuff better. Oh, look at that, look at that. There's a creaky floorboard. There's an open floorboard now that wasn't there before. Remember, I got like the verbal prompt for it. And now I get an actual thingummy. Score. As you look at the floorboards in this corner of the shack, it's clear one of them isn't quite level with the others. Not that any of them look particularly level. The edge of the floorboard next to it looks scratched. Move the board aside. The hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below. What's in here? Nothing particular catches your eye. Looks like more reeds. There might be something hidden inside the sand, though. Something bad. Someone's night thoughts. A last resort. A bad idea. Search through the sand and sawdust. You stick your hand and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like outside. Fine dust, and then something hard wrapped in paper. What is it? A small cylindrical object. You pull it out. A bullet. Interesting. The floorboard doesn't care, but maybe the washerwoman does. You have enough to confront her with. It's extra ammunition. She's locked and loaded, ready to fight some cops. Holding the bullet, you get this feeling like this isn't ammunition against you. It's for herself. Creepy. Shaving kit. Mirror. I look good. Look good in the mirror. You know I do. Handsome. Oh, 17%. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I can't do it. Shit. Let the mirror be for now. Alrighty. What do we got? Let's talk to the washerwoman lady again. Seems a little bit...
Our tenant, the policeman.
Okay, I got that part.
I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
It's going to let me go through the whole thing each time, isn't it? Why was there a bullet under the floorboards of your shack? God damn that girl, she murmurs softly. A bullet? Lieutenant turns to you and gives you a little nod. Then turns to the washerwoman. You didn't put it there, did you? She did. Gone and hid things in there, she shakes her head. She's usually a good tenant, and not a stupid one either. You rented the room to her? The old woman sits in silence, her hands moving into the water bucket. Some water sloshes over the edge. Slowly she speaks, bringing out a rag. Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl. As I've done before when she's been in trouble, or just looking for solitude. I've made it clear, we welcome all kinds of people here. And when was this? She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry. Her wrinkled hand needs a blue rug. Jesus Christ. Her wrinkled hand needs a blue rag in the water. What has she gotten herself into, that girl? She seems genuinely worried about her previous tenant. She's seen her hiding out from trouble before, but this seems different. That's for the police to find out. Lieutenant takes out his familiar blue notebook. Right then, please answer each question to the best of your ability. I'm sure we have a few. You said she left on Monday? Yes, early with the dogs. Around 8 o'clock, I think. She probably heard Lieutenant's Kinema drive by, and it woke her up just like it did you. Kim, she must have heard your Kinema. Yes, that is the downside of having a 130 kilowatt engine. His voice is tinged with pride. It lets the bad guys know when you're coming. Is the room exactly as she left it? I cleaned it like I always do. Was there anything else there? No. What is she like, Ruby? She's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman. She rubs her cold hands together. At my age, you don't get a lot of quality conversation, so I really appreciate that about her. Did she talk to you much during her last stay? No, she was mostly silent this time, kept to herself. What do you mean? She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines, but this time she mostly stayed in her room. Why do you think she left the bullet there? How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent. She doesn't go around toting a gun. She looks back towards her shack, thinking. You could ask her about your hunch, that it was a desperate measure. See if she thinks Ruby fits the bill. I have a possible explanation in my mind. I do tell. A seagull flies overhead, obviously a bad omen. It's an exit plan. Exit from what? Her life. Lieutenant stops writing for a moment. He looks at you, then at the old woman. She tilts her head to the side, looking up at you, deep in thought. Then she makes up her mind. No, she's a fighter. Where did she go? I don't know. Further up the coast. She tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screeched like a cat in heat. Woke me up. I heard her rushing in those heavy boots, heading up north. It's a peninsula. She might be trapped. After a moment of silence, she says, You'll never find her, you know. Her tone is without malice. She knows the coast like the back of her hand. You only just arrived. I wouldn't worry about that, ma'am. We're persistent. No doubt. Are you sure she's going to go somewhere more pleasant and less wet? Yes. It's going to be too much work for you to find her. She drops the rag into the bucket. It's clean now. Better for you to stay here. Get a nice cozy fire going in the heater. The fell electric mural. You feel like you should go look at it again. Step closer this time. I had a few more questions about Ruby. What more do you want to know about that poor girl? Well, enough about Ruby. I had other questions. Yes, let's hear those other questions. She looks around as spring snow starts falling lightly on the fishing village. Apparently I don't have any other questions. Goodbye. I'm off. One thing, officer. If you do find her, please go easy on her. She looks around. The air is getting colder. She really means it. It's an honest plea. She's a good girl, whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in. Oof. This is a lot of really drama-laden dialogue. It's like talking to Kuno every day. Ask about Ruby in the village. Explore the coast for signs. Confront the pigs. Get the thing back. Okay. I hate talking to these kids. Oh, hold on a second. Go in here. Alright. Just the one. Oh. Thought. Is that the Phasmid? It looks like the Phasmid leaning against the wall. Wait. What if this is the fishing rod situation all over again? You're not going to be fooled again. You're going to stand here calmly and observe this non-Phasmid until you see what it really is. Fine. It's not a Phasmid. It's not even organic. Just a fire iron resting by the fireplace. But where's your sense of wonder, man? Forget about the Phasmid. Fire iron. Leave. Do you know anyone named Ruby? Ruby. Suddenly the girl gets all serious and leans in as she's about to tell you a secret. My mom tells me that I'm a big girl, but she doesn't know that I can't say l, or like sometimes I can, but then Kids, Lieutenant shakes his head. All right. Thanks. Bye. Bye. The girl's large, curious eyes remain fixed on you. Well, worth a try. Oh, nice. Okay. Alrighty. So, well, it's early in the day to be going over to this fishing village, but maybe that lady is out here somewhere. Could this structure have been used to take the shot? From here to the whirling? I can't see how. He looks southeast and blows on his fingers. The church is in the way. No. Walk away. Must be a way out of this thing somehow. What's that? A walrus? Or is that a gull sound? Oh, thoughts? Is there something here that would indicate a sniper used this place as a nest for taking a shot? Just some urban detritus? A bottle and a dilapidated old comms tower? In the distance you can hear the breakers roar. I think the kids are in the tent still. I haven't managed to get them out of there. I haven't managed to organize something with the lady in the church. I'm just trying to kind of... I don't want to evict her. I didn't do the eviction option. I did the try to negotiate a compromise kind of thing, and then I may have perhaps fumbled a saving throw. Possibly. It happened. Accidentally. I don't see it, Lieutenant W. Jeffrey Torer. I don't see a person take a shot here and hit something there. He looks east over the coast in the whirling in rags. Maybe the campfire was used by the perpetrator. To warm his hands before pulling the trigger? Perhaps. But anyone could have made this. The coast is specked with fires this time of year. He looks around. Truthfully, this seems like a very poor choice to take a 1.2 kilometer rifle shot from. Visibility is awful. There's water vapor everywhere. I think we can rule out B double prime, was it? Maybe the assailant climbed the comms tower, took the shot there. It's not possible to climb that ladder, and even if it were, why? There's no platform up there to aim from. The lieutenant looks up, raising his collar. What about the cigarette butts? Ooh, level up, some more points. Those, he points to them, a smoking assailant who favors Tu Mu Tiri to Astra or Druin? Cigarette butts are everywhere. This is a common brand for old men. Still, you felt it was important enough to make a mental note. That meant something? You didn't pay attention to the other cigarette butts on the coast. Look over the water to the whirling in rags. There, 1.2 kilometers over the cold water of the bay, through a thick snowstorm melting flake by flake in the waves, you see the smallest rectangle, barely visible. A glowing light on the third floor of the whirling in rags. With binoculars, you would see a young woman's shape move behind the glass, her limbs long and slender. Smoking, drinking, being happy and elated without you. Because you're here, freezing in the wind, aren't you? Doing your detective work. Finish that thought. Okay. And we'll look at. And look at. Check boardwalk and island. I had something I was like training or thinking about here. Am I still thinking about it? 23%. Oh my gosh. But it's not giving me... Oh. It's not giving me points for sleeping on the problem. It's only daylight thoughts about the problem. Man, that's going to bite. Okay. So where's the lady with the... Where's the lady with the boat? Come here. There's a boat. Boathouse. I found the deserted fish market. That's where I'm supposed to come and look in the evening to talk to pigs. Where's the lady with the boat? Actually, let's go in and talk to this lady in here a second. Oh, wait, having a thought. The same address the lead programmer of Fortress Accident was looking for. Okay. Wonder if that is the one. Let's go talk to this lady.
Yes, what is it?
Have you seen anyone suspicious? Say a woman named Ruby? What? No. No one suspicious around here. Yeah, you're kind of suspicious. She has not seen her, sire. 'Tis true. What if I just force you to leave? I'm a police officer. You have to do what I say. Interesting. A police officer trying to evict a citizen from a public space despite the Wayfarer Act? What's the Wayfarer Act? The Wayfarer Act states that citizens have the right to gather in public spaces unless they're disrupting the public order. And she's not. Disrupting any order, I mean. I'm a circuit bender, and no one ever has anything against circuit benders. Victor? No. Locked? See? This one should work. Right. What do I have to get points in what? Suggestion. Suggestion, suggestion, suggestion. Do I have anything that does... Okay, let me see if I can do suggestion. Suggestion. Where's suggestion? Composure? Suggestion. Here we go. Schwang. We have suggestified. Now let's see if there's anything that gives me suggestion points. I don't know what that stuff is. Close. Anything gives you suggestion. Come on. What's my suggestion? -1. Oh, with a stupid ass hat. Let's get rid of the stupid ass hat. Well then, I can fix that. Okay, now we're at, well, net 0. Drama, interfacing, empathy, drama. I got anything gives me first? I'm kind of thinking nothing's going to give me suggestion, is it? And then volition, logic? No. Drama? No. Wait, no. Ah, no. The white shirt. More negative suggestion. Well, I guess I'll go with stupid hat. I want something else for logic. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Well, at least I'm not a negative in suggestion now. Wait, any of those drugs give me any benefit? No, not for suggestion, do they? Physique, intellect, motorics, and psyche. Okay, fine. Give it a try. All right. Suggest away.
Yes, what is it?
92%. See? This should work. Watch me fail it. Convince her to cooperate with the ravers. Yes. Aha! Nice. Easy. When her research is done, she can move out. Listen, about your research. You mentioned earlier that it's not going very well. Perhaps I can help you with something. What? She looks up from her work, disoriented. No, I don't really need any help with the project. But if I could help you finish the project, then you wouldn't have to live in a church next to the boom boom anymore. Just think about it. She thinks about it, a glassy look in her eyes. A gust of wind. Oh, for frack's sake, really? A gust of wind brings more snow in from the broken gallery. It touches her hair. All right, she finally says, blinking twice. Bring me the game's off-site copy for my old workspace if you really want to help. It's stored on a filament memory, and I'm unable to go and fetch it myself. Aha. Is this the filament you're looking for? No, that's the production schedule. Oh, shit. You stole and accessed without authorization. She's tapping the table in a barely concealed impatience. I don't need it. In his defense, it was simply lying in the desk drawer of an abandoned cubicle. Okay, but still. What is an off-site copy and why do you need it? It's a backup of my former employer's project. Hey, I'm trying to get better at this. Is this the one that you stored in the fridge over there? Then I need a freaking break crowbar. I can't get in without the crowbar. Unless it's now going to let me in a little bit easier now that I've done part of the quest. It's a backup of my former employer's project, the radio game we were working on. It's stored on a filament memory, just like the one inside this radio computer. She points to the glowing cube inside the machine. She's making it extra simple for you. The backup itself is destroyed now, but I'm hoping to use what's left of it to pinpoint the exact location of the anomaly. You just have to go to my old workspace and get the filament. Hold on. If it's still called an off-site copy, then why is it still on-site? If it's called an off-site copy, why is it on-site? Oh God, not this again. She takes a deep breath before letting it all out. It is not on-site. It is in the basement. perfectly safe and not connected to the front at all. Basement sounds like it's technically still on site. And no, taking it outside the building wouldn't have protected it from the data loss. There's nothing wrong with keeping the backup in the basement. What happened was a freak accident that has nothing to do with how the backup was stored. We clear? She stares at you with pleading, furious eyes. This is clearly a painful topic for her. She must have had to explain herself numerous times. By your old workspace, do you mean the studio of Fortress Accident in the Doom commercial area? Yeah, that's the one. You can get in through the bookshop. You just have to do some explaining to the bookshop lady. Wait, you mean Plaisance? That's her name, I believe. And where exactly is the offsite copy? There's this giant ice bear fridge in the building cellar. It's there. Don't worry, you can't miss the bear. She gives you a rueful smile. It's hideous. But you've been to the fridge and it wasn't there. There was a note saying, I found a note from the ice bear fridge. It said the offsite copy had been moved to a safer place. She freezes. Wait. A note from whom? Did it specify where they took the filament memory? It said the offsite copy had been taken to a nearby ice cream maker. The note was signed by somebody named Sulislav. Zavisha. Of course, she relaxes. Our project lead, Sulislav Zavisha. God, he was always so hell-bent on keeping the copy somewhere safe. And feature creep, she muttered. And the Valley of the Heads. Like it would have made a difference. The offsite copy was perfectly safe when the data loss happened. That data loss was anomalous. She crosses her eyes defiantly. And the heads? I won't even get into the heads. Millions of them. She stops. Go find that copy from the ice cream maker, will you? Thanks. Valley of the Thousand Heads? I like the sound of that. I found the ice cream maker, but I couldn't get it open. It's completely frozen. This is getting ridiculous. Can't you just defrost it? Or, I don't know. I don't know about the ice cream maker. Just figure something out. There's a solution, but she doesn't want to hand it over to you yet. It's a thing. Something she holds dear. Why can't you go and get the filament memory yourself? The bookstore lady hates me, says I'm part of the curse, whatever that means. Why does she think you're part of the curse? Because she's from Martinez, and people from Martinez have never seen a radio computer. She thinks it emits elemental evil. What if it does emit elemental evil? That's a bit biased, don't you think? No, she stares at you with droopy eyes. She literally started praying for the higher powers when she first saw my Ream Civic. I'm not making this up. Lieutenant coughs like he's amused. Once I came in one morning, only to find that my terminal was full of those strange trinkets and amulets. Wards. Look like Seminine magic. So what I need you to do here is go have a talk with her, say that you're a policeman and need to get to the building's basement. Then bring me the off-site copy, all right? All right, I'll go look for the off-site copy. Thanks. Thinks for a moment, then reaches behind the radio computer and hands you what looks like an oversized pry bar. Aha! An oversized pry bar. And here's my Kvalsund multi-tool. You might need it to hack loose some ice. It opens everything. If you can get me the off-site copy, then you can keep the Kvalsund. It hurts a bit for her to say that she's not too happy to be parting with the Kvalsund. The legendary Kvalsund multi-tool. This is pry bar version 2.0 for professionals like you. About that off-site copy you asked me to bring. Yes? All right, I'm going. Man, she scares me. Kind of reminds me of somebody. Right, I'll let you work in peace now. Who do I know that's always on a computer? And anyway, save that game. What'd I get? I got the multi-tool. This is an advanced pry bar. A pry bar +2, if you will, built by Kvalsund in Vasa. The number of gadgets hidden within the frame of the yellow and gray multi-tool will stagger any technician. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Do some stuff. Where's it going? Over here. Door. There's a door. um. I've never been that good at plans, but I like this plan. Okay, what's I gonna do over in this space? It's noon. Well, I'm not gonna find Bones lady around here at noon. You're good at planning, huh? Yeah. You know, it's funny about those planning, though. You know, that planning bit? It's like, it seems to work really well when... No, the machine is operable. Why am I doing these random phone calls anyway? I'm just drunk dialing. Well, I got 10 cents I can spare. These plans of yours always seem to involve, oh, I don't know, me digging in some hole in the ground to get resources for you. You know, planning. That's what I remember about the planning. Sure. I'll dial something. Calling. Still calling. Someone with a masculine voice picks up. Hello, Gerard speaking. Hello, Gerard. Technically speaking, your electricity. Sometimes I like digging just fine, thank you. Diggy, diggy hole. Diggy, diggy hole. But, you know, sometimes it's nice to plan too. Electricity. What? Seriously? This is what I'm doing, is I'm prank dialing people? Gerard, what a douche name. Well, I don't know anybody named Gerard. Sorry, wrong number. Don't worry about it, buddy. Happens to all of us. You have a nice day now. Well, I don't think that was my home number. Or if it was, Gerard lives there now. Hey, wait a second. Gerard moved in on me? There was something I was supposed to look at over here at this... Oh, for heaven's sakes, boy. Yeah, we gotta walk all the way around just to get to that side of the boardwalk. Whoa, 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 whoa. Thoughts. There's a thought. Buzz, hum, electricity flows through the wires with audible power. Oh, another thought. Hit me. What's your thought? You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage is peeled off over the... Oh, another thought. Yes, I have other thoughts. Jeez, are you... I have thoughts. Once in a while, I walk around and I have thoughts. In public. Signage is peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. It says tomorrow is just a whisper away. Step closer. Above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken windows set in walls that are cracking and will soon also fall, and the coastal breeze rustling and sighing in the remains of the edifice. Felled Electrical. How ironic. All these dark rooms. There's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is to fail first. Why do I feel like I know this place? Indeed, somehow you knew it was here. An urban ruin gutted by looters that once used to consume money and dispense warmth and light. You felt it before, when it rained in Martinez and you felt the cold of the rain. The feeling persists. It has been in you ever since. Could Ruby be in there? In there? She could. Or, he points behind you, she could be in the identical ruin over there, or in that boat shack, in that church tower, maybe. Why single out this one building? Listen to the wind. 83%. Is this a red check? It's a white check. I have a shivers thing. Something gives me shivers. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. I got shivers stuff. Shivers clothing. Shivering clothing. Let's try some shivering clothing here. Ooh, I see shivers. Where's the shiver stuff? Doop, doop, doop. Oh, we have any pluses on it already? Shivers +2. Esprit de corps, drama. Am I already wearing the shiver stuff? Maybe that's what's going on. There was something. Black coat, something that gives me shivers. Drama, electrochemistry, Inland Empire, composure, savoir-faire, pain threshold. Thought it was that weird tie. Nope. 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 Shivers. Ha! Plus shivers. And that's it? Well, okay. Plus 3 for shivers. All right. Hit 'em up. Do it again. Do it again. Come on, come on, come on. You know it. Listen to the wind. 92%. Ha ha. Let's try this. Come on, come on, come on. Baby needs a new pair of shoes. Yes. Ha. Even though you're sure you succeeded, all is quiet. There's no cold hand brushing against your forehead. No rustle in the reeds. The wind has died down. The ruin in front of you is silent as a tomb. What was I even attempting to do here? I forgot. I was trying to do the check is what I was trying to do. Trying to talk to the wind, the city, whatever you thought would happen, did not. And now you're just standing there with your hands fallen to your side. Is trying to talk to the city something you've done before? Is it in your secret repertoire? A trick for when you're out of ideas? A prayer of sorts to Revachol? She could be anywhere. How do we find her? How do we? I was really hoping she'd be in the village. Lieutenant sighs and gets hold of himself. Okay. She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. He looks north. We already scanned most of the outdoor areas on our wild cryptid hunts, so we have an understanding of the geography at least. And then there's the church. He looks at the bell tower. We've already searched that and can rule it out. I know it doesn't feel like progress, but exclusion is a step too. Anyway. Oh, wait. I got some points for something. Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way, sector by sector. Go over the whole peninsula, ask the locals, enter the places where we can enter first, like we did in the village. If that fails, if we don't find her, then, if we're desperate, we can look where we can't enter. Bunkers, storm drainage, this place. I'm sure it won't come to that. He looks behind him at the dark red box crumbling across the chasm. Walk the coast, the old boardwalk, the reeds. You can always come back here and talk to the wind again. Look where it already got you. I can do it again. Hoo-hoo. Okay, leave. That was fun. Not sure what I did, but it was fun. Alrighty then. What are those things? Something I can't open because I haven't got to that part of it yet. Okay. So if I can't open those, then that means I can't get over here. So let's see what I got to do to get around to there. Oh, that part's busted down. It's not too bad. Doop-de-doop-doo. Go check that cryptid trap just while as I'm here. No phasmid anywhere. Poor things. Okay, well, give that a try. So, stupid question here, map guy, but which way is north? Do I have a map in the north? Church? Stuff? Up. Up is north? Okay. I already went there, though. And... wait. North. I already went all the way out to that part. Upper. Oh. Over here? This is north? Oh. Oh. Out here by the church. Okay. Thank you. Doop-de-doop-de-doop. Oh. In case you guys hadn't noticed, my throat is feeling much better today. A little sore, but no longer as deep and baritone sexy as it used to be. It's a lot more, less deep, less sexy. Here, this is north, right? Tab. That's north. Wait. I was already over here. Oh. I gotta go all the way around the church? No. Hold on a second. Yeah, I could do that. Oh, you were talking to DJ there. All right. See you, DJ. Hey, and thanks again for joining the stream, and I do appreciate it. All right. I talked to this lady, but she won't go in instead. Let's see here. Hold on a sec. Which way is north? Ah, whoa. Thoughts. I had a thought. I should come back here when it snows. A strange feeling. It passes quickly. Okay. I thought I did the north bit. Well, I didn't see anything up there. Okay, I'll keep checking around. All right. Well, it's coming up to just about 2 hours. Let's see how much progress I've made on stuff. More stuff. Other stuff. Tasks. Stuff. Look for Ruby on the coast. Return to the Feld mural. I did. Other than that, keep searching the coast. Help Suna with her project. Ice cream maker. Oh. I could do that. I would love to use a tool on that. Well, I mean, it has been 2 hours already, believe it or not. So, made really good progress in this session, in the old sesh of stuff. But it's also getting on 9:30 here. So, because I got started late tonight. So. Open our ice cream freezer. Open ice cream freezer there. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Where's my flashlight? Do I need my flashlight? No, but I should equip that multi-tool. I got my multi-tool and my flashlight. No, not the tape player. Where's the multi-tool? There it is. Holy smokolies, that's freaking huge. I thought it was like a pocket knife. Alrighty then. Physical instrument. What? Better grip with gloves. Turn the ice cream crank. Water dripping. It's all gone now. He never became a poet or an entrepreneur. What better to assuage the creeping sense of failure than some frozen fat and sugar? What? But I have a great big freaking thingamy. Wait a second. What's wrong here? Unplug it? Let's unplug it. Thaw it out a little bit, maybe. Unplug the black cable. Okay. Opening the lid should be much easier after the ice cream maker has defrosted. Nice. Nice. Okay. I'm getting this. All right. Can I try it right away? How long does it take to defrost? A while. Okay. It's got to defrost for a little bit. Alrighty. Well, I think I'm going to log out at this point here in the game. And it seems like that's a reasonable spot to do this. How long is that going to take? So I get that back to her. Confront the pigs. Get your guns back. Gun back, hopefully. It's just noon in the game, so I got a fair chunk of time before I can go do that task. So, save game. All right, guys. Thanks once again for joining the stream, and I really super appreciate it. And I will talk to y'all soon. Cheers, El Grande, and good luck. Don't get roped into too many too many schemes there and find yourself mining for ores. That way, I don't know how to tell you this, dude, but that way lies destruction. No, I'm kidding. Sheesh. And good night, and sleep well as well. Thank you, thank you. Oh, we didn't play Minecraft? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, smart. Smart, definitely smart. Alright, cheers.